Yeah, so if you go on the channel right now, it should show it, and then you can use that to kind of watch and keep an eye on things.
So we're live?
We are, but
Hello?
I can't see you yet though.
Oh, darn. Let me know you can. That was great.
Just pull it up, you'll see it.
I'm trying right now. Oh my gosh, I can see it.
Nice.
Oh man. Can you believe JB Thomas is like literally no longer there?
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just reminiscing. Remember JB Thomas?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, oh yeah, it's like gone now, huh?
Gone.
Yeah.
Good time. Lots of ghosts though.
Yeah, I think I drove by there a little bit ago, and it was like, it's just like a big field, and then there's, what did they put there, a post office, or gosh, I can't even remember. There's some building there now, it's like I think it's a post office, I'm not exactly sure.
Random, but okay.
Yeah, it is weird. On the good old face space. Let everybody know that we're live. Oh. Yeah, it's been a bit. I took a break. I was getting everything ready for like my wife coming home, and so it's been, you know, just like I need a break. And work got really busy too and stuff, and yeah. Life comes at you quick.
Yeah, no joke there.
Cool. Yeah, check your messages I sent you too.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Alright. Shall we?
Shall we?
Alright. Hello.
Hello.
We are live. Wow. It's been, gosh, I don't know how many weeks since I've done, well, I did a video the other day on the channel, but I haven't done the podcast in probably a month or so. So anyway, I appreciate you all stopping by and giving it a shout. Also, a big shout out to my friend Ashley, who's here with me tonight, and she just hopped right on and said, yep, get me on the show, let's talk, let's do things, let's get into it. And she's here with me tonight, so welcome my guest Ashley. Here she is. Hey, what's up, Ashley? How you doing?
Hey,
oh my gosh, my
how are
face
you?
cam.
I'm doing great.
Good. Why is this so... Oh my goodness. Oh, bear with me. Some technical difficulties. Just a second.
I'm just too
That
cool.
is so weird. Don't you love when things like are just... They don't work right?
Technology.
Technology.
Every year that I get older, I do not know how to work my phone anymore. I could have it for 4 years and I still won't know how to work it. I'm just like, huh,
Right?
help me.
Yeah. It sucks too because like even with this I have things set up a certain way, and then you add like one little modification to it and it's messes everything up. I never understood that. Okay. Anyway, that looks decent enough. Do it on the fly. There we go. Boom. Okay, we're good. All right.
Perfect.
Anyway, so yes, we're on the episode 5 now. Wow, I can't believe I'm already 5 episodes into doing this, but it's been a great ride. All my guests have been super cool, and really willing to talk about what the premise of this show is, which is, you know, it's called Freedom for Me. So I want people to get on here and talk about pretty much whatever. Obviously within reason, we keep things reeled in, but at the same time, I don't care what we talk about, because with everything going on in the world right now, especially the United States, it seems people's freedoms are being taken away with censorship, with just stuff that is being regulated and controlled, and I don't agree with that. So I'm here to make a difference, at least as best I can. So anyway, Ashley, introduce yourself. First of all, we've known each other for, we were just talking here, almost 17 years or so, I want to say.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time, since 7th grade, and now we are both 30 years old. How does it feel to be out of your 20s? It's pretty crazy.
Crazy, great at the same time. But also still super crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
And I've got kids, and every year with them and raising them, the years fly by even faster, and it's just...
Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. I was just thinking about that too, because my wife and I, you know, have been planning that for a while, and it's when she gets back, you know, we'll see how things go. But you know, it's more of a realization when you... How old are your kids, by the way?
My oldest is turning 8.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, she's turning 8.
Yeah, because then it's like you think, you know, because you're 30 years old, so you're still kind of at that age where you are young. Like, we're still young. We still are young, but we've also been established and gone through so much of life that, you know, we think we get it. But anyway, it's more of you still have that latch on to your younger years, but as well as if you're a parent, you know, you're seeing what you went through. You're literally raising kids, you're letting them grow up. And like you said, not only is it each year goes by faster as we get older, but then if you have kids, you're like, wow, it feels like yesterday, you know, they were like 2 years old and you were changing their diapers. I can only imagine. So anyways, let me stop rambling. Yes, tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do? Where are you from? As much as you feel comfortable sharing.
I am in Minot, North Dakota. The lovely saying here is, why not Minot?
I like it.
The freezing tundra. I moved here in 2012 on a whim, packed up my pickup, decided to, you know, just see what was out there.
Right.
I was 21 at the time, and so I just traveled around, and I actually ended up falling in love with this small town called Kenmare. It's about an hour and a half away, maybe.
Okay.
And stayed. I stayed. I'm now here, and I'm staying here. And I don't know why. Every year I ask myself this because of how cold it gets. And so sorry. I from you know, obviously we've kept in touch over the years, and from what I've seen of the amount of snow that you guys have, it's just like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. You know, like you think in the Northwest we have it bad sometimes. Well, I think the only thing bad about us is just the ice. Like, it gets icy quick, and we don't have enough of it to practice or be good at, you know, driving in. But with you guys, it's just like the daily life thing, I'm guessing. So, yes, I feel like everybody should come to North Dakota for the winter years and learn how to drive. Because if you can drive here, then you can drive anywhere. I promise you.
Yeah, totally. I get that. So yeah, you've been there for a while now, and it seems like that's where you've kind of been planting your home base.
Yeah. I now, like I said, I have 3 children. One is my bonus daughter now, and she's absolutely amazing. But I started a business here.
Okay.
Over the times after having a kid, I learned that
when you're trying to work for somebody and they sit there and tell you, yeah, we're family based oriented. We respect you. We respect your family, and you need the days off. Somebody's sick. Like, we get it. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I've had to quit numerous jobs because they didn't. And there was this one detailing job, and I busted my ass off there, and I was doing fantastic, and somebody else's mess up
Mm.
decided to have me get yelled at.
Right.
And it lit this fire under me, and I was just like, you know what?
Mm.
I'm gonna do one better. And I started my own detailing business, and that's Muddy Girl Detailing.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
I've been running it for about 6 years now. And
Huh. That's a while.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
I
that's
literally woke up one day and was just like, you know what? Watch me. And so many people doubted me, and look at me now. And
there you go. I applaud you for that, and especially at 30 years old. I mean, geez, 6 years into owning your own business, and it seems like it's going pretty well.
it has,
Sure, it has its ups and downs, like anything.
yeah. And as we
Yeah.
get to talking, we'll realize that COVID really
Right.
messed it up.
I can imagine, as well as a lot of other people in that boat as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, we will get into that. So, but yeah, no, I applaud you for that. My father, he started his own gun store almost 3 years ago now. It's crazy. Yeah, so he started one. His wife, my stepmother, also has her own business. My stepfather has his. My mom helps out with. It's like, not that you need to do that, but I mean, it's as you get older. My dad always put it a good way. He said, I think he was 55, and he said, you know what, Brian, I'm tired of working for somebody to bring an income in. I want to be my boss and do what I want to do and make my money my way.
Yep.
And so for you to be doing that, so let's see, you said 6 years, so you were 24 years old when you jumped into this. Wow.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you for the introduction. Yeah, so let's just dive into it. It's the same premise that we've been talking on. It's always really cool to get other people's perspectives of what's happened to them over these last 2 years, because that's what hits home, I feel like, with people is this person might not, like they might have gone through it differently than you, but then somewhat similar with somebody else. And so let's start there, back in October of 2019. Yeah, was kind of really when like the whole COVID news was coming out, if you remember. So like take me back to like October, like through the end of the year, like when you first started hearing about it. How were things going over there?
October was also my birthday year, and honestly, with North Dakota, we're so small. And I am the type of person who does not watch the news. I can't. It gives me anxiety. And there's a lot of things that have happened in the world and are still happening that I just don't agree with. So at that time, I was not really paying attention. I was paying attention, but not paying attention. It wasn't a big deal here.
Right.
And I really want to say that things didn't start happening here until February. So during those months, I was actually going through my own problems. I was trying to get out of a very abusive, toxic relationship. So that led into the whole COVID stuff. And then at that time, I was struggling already. I had everything stripped away from me from a person that told me pretty lies.
Yeah.
And when I mean I had everything stripped, I had my business, I had my vehicle, everything was taken from me. So going into that, and then moving into my place, and then COVID hitting. And once COVID really hit, it was March. They shut the schools down.
Oh yeah, and your kids were in school during that time.
Kids were in school,
Right.
and I really felt so badly for our teachers because they were being thrown into online classes, Zoom, pretty much. And
Right.
Us parents, at that time I was having to restart over. I didn't have a laptop. I didn't have internet, and the schools and the state was saying, hey, if you don't have these items, we'll provide them for you.
Right.
And it took about 2 weeks for anybody to get back to me, and 2 more weeks, and nobody could get me this laptop or internet service. So at that point I was like, you know what? I'm going to teach my own kids. I'm going to teach them my way and do it that way. And so I did.
Right.
And then,
well, it seems too like you've already forgive me for interjecting, but it's you've already had that mentality going so far with starting your business. It's like, why not take this into my own hands?
Yeah.
I'm already doing this with work. Obviously you are a parent already, but at the same time it's like, well, yeah, if the I hate to use the word government, but it's like, if we're supposed to rely on them to help teach our kids, and then they're not going to do that, why not you're doing it yourself? So totally. Yep. I get that. Yeah.
And
so yeah, how did that, so yeah, let's take us through March then, and kind of through the rest of 2020. How did that all pan out with you guys, and what happened? Just give us the full story.
We didn't really put a whole lot of things into effect, and when we did, it was like a soft closure. Put your masks on, make sure you're washing your hands. But a lot of us strong-willed minded people in North Dakota who like to, and the only thing to pretty much do here in this state is drink. And we have this drinking game called beer darts. So
okay,
when COVID hit, a lot of us took this as a, hey, warm weather's here, let's start drinking. So
right,
you're in a circle, you're in your chairs, you're 6 feet apart, maybe not so much as 6 feet, but a good amount apart.
Right.
You're outside, we're following, guidelines. I brought the hand sanitizer in case anybody needed it, like, just in case.
Totally.
So we kind of looked at it as a, we're still going to go about our lives. We're going to still do our things. Not the smartest people, but it wasn't really affecting us. Our state didn't have any incidents, I want to say, until maybe June.
I believe so. Like the whole Midwest wasn't really part of the initial, it was all the outsides. It was the East Coast and the West Coast. It was just,
well, and that's where you've got all of your people. That's where everybody wants to go. And you've got the Midwest, and we're open lands and spaces between your neighbors, and so I think about that time we all started realizing,
right, that it's like, like this is actually hitting, like this is real.
Yep.
I agree. I told my previous guests as well that I was working for Columbia Sportswear at the time, and I was it was an office job, and I'd go into the office every day, and then that like end of February and then into March was like, okay guys, this is the government is saying these things, and they're gonna like mandate this, and okay, but we were all just like, well, I mean, we've had the flu every year. It's just been part of our lives. We've had the swine flu, if you remember that, when Obama was president. And it's like that was, I don't remember if that was really labeled as a pandemic, but it's close enough, and it's just, but it's like, we didn't need masks. We didn't need vaccines. We didn't need all this stuff to be going on. It was just, hey, we need to ride this out. Obviously, and stay healthy and do what you need to do to be healthy. But it was really weird how this whole COVID things, and I mean, we could probably, I know you and I could probably talk about conspiracies and the reasons why this all happened for hours, but to each his own. But yeah, I remembered finally, like that first week of March, they were like, hey, so I was actually part of like the first group. I think they picked like, I don't know, 15 of us, and they said, all right, we had a little meeting out of like the 70 people we had, and they're like, all right, so here's your laptop and your monitor, and we want you to go home, and we want you to try this out for a few days and see how it goes. And it was weird, you know. It's like, okay. So then we get sent home, and the next day I remembered waking up and like, okay, I set up my computer and I'm sitting at my desk at home and I'm like working from home. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. But it also during this whole time felt like, yeah, this is just gonna go on for a week or two, and then we'll go back to the office. And then I don't even need to fill in the rest. But it's like, by the time I left that job, there's still people working from home.
Yep.
So, but yeah, anyway, so how did the whole lockdowns and business stuff affect your business? I know you said it's a tough one to get through, but if you can get through it with me, talk to me about what happened with that.
So when the lockdown finally hit, I was already going through mental issues. The depression was there, and then you get locked down. You're still trying to find a job in between that lockdown. And it was hard. It was really, really hard, as everything that was already, everyday life and things and struggles. And I'd finally found a job for a cleaning company, and then only to be told, hey, you can't start for another month due to we don't know what's going to happen. So I was like,
so they were hiring, but at the same time they were kind of in the same boat, as everybody. Like, that makes sense actually. Yeah, like when are you going to start? Because we're trying to hire, but with these guidelines that are in place that are like being forced upon us. Yeah.
With it being a cleaning company, they had to then get the proper PPE, because you're going to start doing COVID cleanings. You're going to go and fog these places. So they needed to get their things organized, and they needed to wait for what our governor was going to say. And so it was difficult. And during that time, I was already struggling with money. And then that first stimulus check came in, and I took advantage of it and paid my next 3 months off, because who knows I didn't know. And I wanted to be able to at least have a roof over my head for my kids and I.
Right. Exactly.
And so then at the same time, we're being told, hey, if you have a small business, there's loans, there's grants, we can help you out. And I was like, okay, cool. And I tried looking into it. If you have any sort of debt, even in collections, they will not help you. And it's no matter how much you've already paid off, or the fact that you're still even paying in it, or that you're a great person, they don't care.
Right.
The small businesses, gone. And at the same time, you've got people talking about how they're going to come into your small business, and if it's not up to par, well, we're going to shut you down anyways. I'm a detailing company.
Right.
What could go wrong? Like, I'm going to clean your vehicles. I'm going to put myself out in the...
Yeah, you think that if
COVID.
anything, like you're the one, it's like, I'm assuming too, you work by yourself. Right, obviously, but yeah, right. And it's like, if anything, you're cleaning a vehicle. You're actually doing what we're supposed to all be doing, and cleaning every damn surface, so yeah, that's it. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I tried running the ads of like COVID cleaning. Like, obviously you're driving to and from, and then you've got your delivery drivers that are bringing you food, because then it turned into that you could only order.
Right.
And so I tried turning it into an ad and lowering my prices dramatically just to get anybody, but everything's shut down. Nobody's going to spend their money. Totally get it. Totally respect that. I wouldn't want to either. I mean,
yeah. When you take a look at how many people actually, we talked about this with other people, is that, I mean, I was lucky enough not to have lost my job. But there was plenty of talk of, are we going to make it? And that was definitely really scary, on top of seeing many people like yourself that actually couldn't go to work. They couldn't, not that you couldn't find a job. It's just more like, if you had one, right. Yeah. Like, you aren't allowed to. That's a good way to say it. And, what a crazy, especially mentally. I remembered like just sitting at home too. And, cause like I have, my computer and stuff, but I'd have like my work laptop and I'd be working, but obviously I like watching the news, just to keep up on things. Obviously I take some things with a grain of salt, because we all know what the media does, But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I still want to know what's going on, and I still want to see how the rest of the world's doing, or the rest of the, our nation is doing. Yeah. So anyway, after you had kind of gotten through that slump, so I guess where was that at? Like the end of 2020? Or was this like right in the midst of like July?
This was in the midst.
Okay.
So about now, honestly, last year I was finally able to start that cleaning job. So I had to wait a whole month.
Mm-hmm.
This time, literally last year, I finally started working that job. I busted my ass off. I, got myself back up to where I felt like I was more in control. I started seeing a therapist. I decided to take medication again, and I'm so against all of that, but I felt at that time absolutely needed it, and it helped. A lot of that helped. Kept myself distracted. That's pretty much the only thing you can do. Then you've got your kids, and they're helping me, again, distracting me, and then just again, this time last year, I met an amazing man who also...
Congratulations. Tell us about that. You got to ride the highs as well as riding the lows. So,
I am still riding the highs.
There you go.
Oh my gosh. We have been together. It'll be a year, the 28th, 29th. What was that? 25th. Oh my gosh.
Oh, cool. Oh, of this month?
Yeah, of this month.
Oh, congratulations. Yeah. A year is a huge milestone. Like, people don't really realize that these days, but and I'm like, sorry, as you know, like with my wife and I, it's one like reason I married her too is because we don't really believe in like a set time. You know, like for example, my brother is my best friend, and I love my brother. He's my older brother, but he's very old school, and he's, okay, I have to go on 10 dates with you, and then we can start dating, and then you have to be your boyfriend for a year at least, and then I can think about proposing, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But with my wife and I, it's like we literally, okay, and so I didn't mean to totally interrupt you there, but it's like we met during this time during COVID. And it's like we spent every single day together. I think there's only been, well, obviously besides her being gone right now in basic training, but up until the day she left, I swear there was maybe 3 or 4 days that we just hadn't spent together. But yeah, the point is just you grow with somebody, and you get that connection, and you just got to go off of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me more. It sounds like you guys are doing really good, and sounds like a blessing to you.
He is. Oh, okay. So he was letting me know it was going to be loud for a second.
Okay. Gotcha.
We were both a blessing in disguise for each other. He was going through some things in his life, just gotten out of a divorce, and obviously my issues. And we met one night, and that first night we have not stopped talking.
Yeah.
Every single day we've been by each other's side. The most understanding man. Compassionate, very patient, and also conspiracy theorist as well. So like we just connected, and it was weird. Yeah. Like we've never doubted anything, or haven't really had issues, and it's just he's helped me along the way, and I've helped him, and having each other has honestly helped us get through all of this. We kind of looked at COVID as just, it's there, and at this point obviously it's not going away, so we're just gonna live our lives. Like I'm not gonna sit in my house and go back to that depressive state. I can't. And having somebody by your side and helping you.
It's huge. I mean, I applaud you for that, both of you guys. I feel like, depending on what you believe in, every human being on this planet thinks differently, obviously, but
fate.
Right. It's fate, it's destiny. It's also, if your heart and soul want that and you put yourself out there to get it, or I should say open yourself up to it, because sometimes it finds you. And it sounds like that's totally what you guys are experiencing. And at the same time, it's such a good thing, because look at like everybody tells me too, like, well, if you could meet somebody, because I mean, like, you know too, like how long I feel like I've been that 12-year-old girl planning her wedding. And it's because, you know, all I've wanted since after high school and like my parents getting divorced was I wanted to be married. I want to be married. I want to grow with one person, have a best friend to live life with, and have a family and kids, and just, you know, live that American dream. But anyway, you guys are truly blessed to have found that, and it sounds like it's going really good. And yeah, finding your best friend is a hard thing to do. And so, like, to go off what you said, you know, conspiracy theorists together, people don't realize how difficult it is to find somebody that's compatible with you. Especially in our generation. I mean, like, I can't tell you how many, like, back when I was dating, it's, oh, you support Trump? No. Automatically no. Or you like guns? No. I don't want to date you. Gross. Like, well, how does that make me a bad person? You know what I mean? I'm sure you've been there too. It's just things that you like to think and like to believe make you who you are. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you're a bad person or would make a bad partner. Anyway, sounds like you guys get along great.
We do. And it's crazy because both of us came from very toxic relationships, and this is honestly the healthiest, happiest we've ever been. And we both sit there and like, pinch me.
Right. That's so cool. Well, it's like everybody wants that fairy tale romantic movie ending, you know, like I feel like inside, I mean, there's plenty of people that probably can be alone for the rest of their lives, and I get it, but I feel like the vast majority of the human race is, you know, we want that, and we need it. You know, we were meant, like, I believe in God, and I believe God put us here to, you know, to have a soulmate, or to find, or try to, at least, you know what I mean? So no, that's good. I'm happy for you guys. It sounds like you guys make a good team. You're there. Yeah. You're there for the kids. You're there working hard for your businesses. And
speaking of businesses, he allowed me and still supports me in doing my business. So I was able to start it back up, but
wow,
I'm not going as full force as I was back then. You know, it's kind of hard to get back into it. Mainly because there's still people out there struggling to, and I just want to word vomit, so I have to control myself. But
yeah, you're fine. Well, that's what this is all about. Just say what you want to say. Yeah.
There's still people out there struggling who need details. And so because of that, I've lowered my prices immensely. And it's turned a lot of detailers in this town against me. And I don't look at myself as wanting to do this to get rich. Like, I enjoy doing this. I want to help people out. And so I now am looking at it more as a hobby, but I'm still detailing Monday through Saturday.
Wow.
And it's not even for my own business anymore. It's for a company here that actually called me last week and said, we need you. We want you. Come in.
Nice.
How soon can you start? And I was like,
dang.
I'll see you there.
Yeah. So, okay, there we go. So that sounds like a good a good ending to what's been going on, right? So, okay, you finished out 2020. We've started 2021, and not only is your business doing what it's supposed to be doing and growing and going up, I should say. It's not going down. But,
not anymore.
Right. But you also have employment on another place as well too, which is consistent. I'm guessing too, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, that's what matters, and I think that's a good thing to hear, because I feel like most of America is kind of getting there as well. I do have my own opinions on people that aren't seeking work. I don't like that, but at the same time,
don't even get me started. Oh my gosh, we have tough. So many jobs here.
There's so many jobs.
So many jobs. Crazy. That everybody has taken the unemployment and is like, oh, I'm gonna take a break now. You know, I did.
Yeah. Well, it sucks. Well, I don't want to say it sucks. I don't know the right word to say, but it's ironic how.
Wait, hold on. What? Our governor canceled all the federal unemployment for our state, so everybody gets to go back to work now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's funny he said that. Actually, I was gonna bring that up here in a sec. But yeah, no, I mean I believe that's happening here as well in the Northwest. Pretty sure. But yeah, it's like, well, because even in the beginning of the year, people were making more money on unemployment than they were if they went actually back to work, which is why most of them stayed on unemployment. Which okay, let's play devil's advocate here. While I don't like people that don't seek work and don't want to go help society or help themselves or their spouse or whatever, there's a million reasons. I do understand, like in life, because sometimes life's not fair.
Yes.
You pay into this system, so it's like, why would I go back to work if I can make more money?
Yeah.
And let alone, you seek first to understand, like what if they're working on something themselves or they have a business, you know what I mean? And so it's
exactly,
it's such a catch-22, but.
And that was the hardest thing too, is like being told, hey, we can help you if you got a small business. And then because I ran my own small business, I wasn't able to qualify for unemployment.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I think
for the first time, so a couple months back, I got fired for no reason. We're not going to go there. But for the first time ever in my entire life, I had to get on unemployment. And I, actively seeking, got a job like 2 months later after having to use unemployment. Like, it's not that hard. And I get if you need a break, I get it. Okay, but don't abuse it.
Right. That's the best way to put it. Like, we understand, because like, yeah, I'm all for making money, but at the same time, like, it's like anything. If you abuse it, that's not healthy. I don't believe it's morally sound as well. But hey,
and you're not. You know, you've got to like show, if you're like a parent and you want to abuse the system, look at what you're showing your kids. These are supposed to be our future.
Ain't that the truth? Because you're supposed to be molding. You're supposed to be. It's like when I had Angela on. Angela is a teacher right now, and you're supposed to be molding the minds of, they are like, it's like the Michael Jackson song. Yeah, like the children are our future. It's true, because you look at when we were that age and we were being brought up and taught and growing up, and now here we are. Are you are you like, I don't want to say like a model upstanding citizen. I don't believe you have to be that. But at the same time, it's like, you should be a good person at least and try in life. I think if you just roll over and die, that's not good. Yeah. So like, oh my gosh, me and Matt, we talk about this. I don't want to say every day, but I want to say like a couple times a week. We talk about death, and it's every year that goes by, it gets more real. And I don't mean to like sound cynical or like go to a deep place right now, but I mean, it's something that I think it's actually healthy to talk about, because it's inevitable. Death and taxes, right? Everybody says that, but it's like one day we are not going to be here. We're not going to be here. So not that you need to leave some super huge legacy or whatnot, but I feel like at the same time, it's, that like, okay, you have children, like that's amazing. You've left something behind to continue life, and that's what I want to work for someday as well. But at the same time, like with your job, I mean, it's great that you're doing something that you love doing. And I think that's a good message to get out to people as well. Like anybody that's watching this too, if you're thinking about starting your business, there's no better time to start than now. That doesn't mean like go to the bank right now and try and get a loan. It just means start thinking. You have to start. Motivation, I always heard this was like, motivation is always a great thing to have, right? But determination is even more so the better thing to have, because you can get super motivated in your head. You know, look at people in weight loss, for example. Like, I mean, I've even struggled with that over the years. I feel like the majority of my life I've been in good shape, but there are plenty of times, like I'm sure you saw, like on my social media, like right before my wife left, you know, I was getting depressed. Like I didn't want her to go. Like we both were. And I stopped working out. I started eating like shit. And it's funny how fast you put it on, because in a few months I was 190 pounds. Like right now I'm 164. But anyway, it's like I was getting heavy again. And anyway, the point of this is that you can have the motivation in your head, like, all right, cool. You get home from work or whatever. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get my gym shoes on and my clothes. And then it's like, okay, you sit down for a sec, you start scrolling, and it's like,
Yeah.
well, okay, but
Do
no.
I need to go?
Yeah, like, no, I worked hard today. Or, you know, I can relax tonight. First thing tomorrow or first thing in the morning, you know, but it's like, then it fails. The motivation fails you. But determination is like the act of actually like going to do it. And like right now, the biggest reason, well, there's a lot, but you know, I have a new job now, and I do like electrical construction. And so I work outside all day. I love my job. It's great because also the company I work for, they're very conservative, and you know, they're very like anti-mask and stuff. I don't want to say too much, but I like that.
Yeah.
I enjoy that because I believe in that too.
Yep.
And yeah, and it's like you want to be surrounded by like-minded people and people that see life as it actually is. And so anyway, it's like I have a very physically demanding job, and not only was I losing weight there, but it's like I get home exhausted at, you know, like 4, and I'm like, I would love to just sit on the couch and just watch YouTube. But no, do I do that? No.
TikToks.
There you go. Like, yeah, you could do you could scroll YouTube, you could you know, anyway, it's like, but yeah, so having the actual determination to say, no, I'm not going to sit here. I'm actually just going to go change and drive my ass to the gym and work out for an hour and then come home and eat healthy. And anyway, it's all these things just like go along with, like, you know, with you and your determination of how you overcame. I think that's the biggest message of maybe even this entire episode, is just overcoming the odds. And when you think about your situation too, and this is just from my point of view, I don't know if you've heard this from anybody else, but you had almost everything stacked up against you. You know, a single parent, because you have two kids, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're a single parent of 2 children. You had to go through this pandemic, or like
while trying to heal myself.
Exactly. I mean, I listen to a lot of motivational speeches, and Les Brown was always saying, like, it's anybody who has their bills paid, they have happy relationships, had a good day at work. Anybody can be in a good mood while that's happening. Anybody can, right? But it's while you are being knocked down by life and actually experiencing, like we were talking before we started this, you know, it's like actually experiencing those down times. That's when you do your growing. That's when you're actually being tested. And it's like you said, you're going to learn from that moment. So it's like whatever I choose to do in this moment is actually what's going to affect me and how I deal with it when things do get good again. Because when things get good again, you're not going to learn. You know, it's like if you go through this dark time and you don't think, what did I do correctly? You're not going to take that into the rest of your future.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, no, I admire how you've been handling things. Proud of you guys. Happy relationship. That's great. Looks like your kids are doing well too. You got the cat on the stream.
This is Ammo.
Oh, Ammo. I love the name. That's awesome.
And then the other one coming over is Kimber.
Oh, cool names. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a dog growing up, and my parents named him Ruger. But hey, how many people name their dog Ruger? I mean, I think it's probably like 50% of Americans. So
yeah.
Anyway,
last pet that I was around was named Ruger, but we're not gonna go there.
Yeah, you're right. So we have like about 10 minutes left here. Is there anything you just want to open topic, round table, just kind of talk about anything, like whatever you want?
Oof. I want to get the cat's tail out of my face.
Oh, also real quick, I do have the link to Ashley's business down in the description. So if you go check that out, yes, if you are in the
why not? Why not?
Why not? I almost want to say Minot. Yeah, like it's French, like it's a wine or something. Minot, yeah. Oh, there's Matt in the chat. Hey Matt, thanks for being my solid viewer. Oh, he's raising his hand to Ruger.
Right as we're getting ready to end.
Yeah, he's raising his hand to Ruger because he named his dog Ruger. Yeah, way to be the typical American there, Matt, with your dog. Anyway, no, yeah, so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Ashley, but yeah, I have Ashley's link to her. It's a Facebook page for her business. It's down in the description. Muddy Girl Detailing. If you're in the North Dakota area there. North Dakota. Do you ever meet people that have that accent? Or is
North Dakota,
Yeah, yeah. It's like that French Canadian.
We're actually like 2 hours away from the border of Canada, so
right.
It's very common.
Canada, Go about in a roundabout, Anyway, yeah, so check that out. But yeah, so yeah, what do you want to talk about? Is there anything you want to just kind of bring up or let the people know?
Pandemic or not, life situations or not, if you are struggling mentally, reach out to somebody. I don't have family here. I had friends that I've now learned and pushed away. Like, I've grown and realized that they serve no purpose in my life. But reach out to somebody. Your mom, your dad, a friend, brother, a therapist if needed, because that's what helped me. But I just want everybody to know that no matter what you're going through, there's a lot more people that are going through the same thing with you. And don't be afraid, and don't,
Yeah. No, I I agree. It's like that saying, birds of a feather flock together. It's you need to get the losers out of your life. I like what you said there about, I mean, we've all been there. You meet people, and I remember my brother talking to me about this. It's like you meet somebody, and it's like anything in life, something that's interesting to you, you want to know more about it. So if it's a person, it's like, oh, cool. Well, you talk different than I do, or you like doing this thing and I don't know much about it. You're interested in that person for that reason. But then once you start to peel back the layers and you see, oh, well, they do that, and that's questionable, or I would never do that. That goes against my moral code. Whatever it is, it's a very mature thing to do and healthy thing to do. To, if they don't align with you, just like you said, just shoo them out. There's no need. And I've found that as well. I mean, like I'm still up here in the Northwest, but at the same time, I just come home to my house. I want my wife back home, that's for sure. She's my best friend, but I still hang out. But yeah, it's like, who do I talk to? My mom and my dad, my step parents, my brother, Matt, who's raising his hand.
That's the thing, anyway. Though, as you get older, you realize that you're going to be happy and more comfortable with just having your family. Maybe that one or two friends, but you're going to learn as you grow. I'm comfortable, I want just my family. I don't need to please you. I don't need to make you happy. I'll make you happy if I care about you.
Yeah,
but
right, exactly.
You're coming to me trying to seek attention. Like, no, I don't have time for that.
That's good. That's healthy.
I have my boyfriend to thank for that. He helped me in this growing process and realized how much I was really being walked all over. And you want to say hi?
Yeah, what's your boyfriend's name?
His name is Justin, and he is camera shy.
That's totally fine. The more attractive people don't want to be on camera, so I get it. It's all good.
Exactly.
So that's why I have all these lights and like things to make me look better, and all this stuff. It's just, well, here, let me see. Am I looking all right? Okay, yeah, that's
looking great.
Bad. Okay, cool. Anyway. But that's an important thing. I remembered actually seeing the other day on one of the motivational videos I watched. It's people what did he say? He said people spend so much time studying other people that they forget about learning themselves and figuring out what they want, putting themselves first. And that's not healthy to do that, because especially now, like I'm sure you know Tom McDonald, right? The rapper.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like he was talking about, there's like one of the lines, and I think it's that Fake Woke song where he says like something about like the phone being a cage, but they don't see it as a cage, like most people like that. But anyway, it's like your phone it really is a cage, because there are people that are so obsessed with Facebooking and Snapchatting and Instagram.
How many likes can I get today?
Right, exactly. By the way, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I appreciate
it.
Speaking of, and I also, you probably noticed that I drink Red Bull all the time, and you'd actually be surprised to know now that Red Bull sponsors a lot of other channels, but not mine. But maybe someday, Red Bull. So, shit. Anyway,
I was gonna say, have you tried their new dragon fruit one?
Yeah, I did a review on it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that now.
Sorry, off subject, but
no, totally fine.
Dragonberry rum and a splash of Sprite.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, so good.
That does sound pretty good, actually.
It is.
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. It's so funny you brought that up, because that's kind of the other thing I do, is like I'm starting to do like reviews of like food or like new stuff that comes out, and I saw that the other day when it came out, and I was like, oh cool, like, because I know this one is like the green, but I think this came out last year. But anyway, I saw another green can. I'm like, oh wait, that looks a little bit different. So I picked it up and like, went on their site, and it says it was just released. I was like, oh sweet, I'll do a review on it. I'm not even kidding. Like, I love that shit. It's so good. And yeah, I actually mixed it with this stuff right here. This Canadian Ellington Reserve whiskey. It was great. It was so good. So anyway, I'm saving that for.
I don't see Justin's face perking up. He loves whiskey.
Is he like a? Is he like a bourbon or a Kentucky whiskey or Irish whiskey? Like what kind?
Bourbon.
Bourbon, nice. Yeah, bourbon. All of it. All of the whiskeys. I actually just got this. I'm excited. Oscar is going to be on the next episode, but this is like a nice $80 bottle from California, from Sonoma Valley, or Sonoma County, California. It's a bourbon whiskey that I just picked up. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So
I can't do whiskey. Every time I take a sip, like I think I can this time, and I'm just like, ugh.
That's like my wife too. She'll
you like it, but no thanks.
Yeah, right. No, it's an acquired taste. It's like wine. I honestly used to hate wine, and I don't mind it now though, because like my stepmom as well as my brother's fiance have actually showed me, like, okay, my brother's fiance, I give her all the credit. We went out to a winery and they purposely brought like a really cheap like wine, right? Poured it in the glass, and then she had like a $500 bottle of wine. And she's like, okay, now drink this. Here's the shit one. Okay, right. Here's a $500 bottle of wine. Taste the difference. And I was like, oh, I get it. I really do get it. So anyway, so I can't applaud you guys enough. I really appreciate you coming on tonight as we kind of wrap up time and reflect too. I think this is a big positive thing for people to hear and understand, is that even though we've been through all these things as a country and as a world together, I guess, not all bad things come out of it, especially if you put your mind to it and your heart to it, because there's always somebody that I feel like has a worse situation than you. So if you can stay motivated enough to just keep going and keep on keeping on, then you'll find the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. And if you ever want to like do another podcast about conspiracy theories.
Oh, that's already a yes.
Yeah,
we're gonna call it Plandemic.
Yeah.
The Plandemic.
Learn how to be in front of a camera. He is amazing with this stuff too.
Oh, sir, yeah. That'd be cool.
He'll be behind the scene, but he'll talk.
No, he's got to be on. I refuse to do it unless he's sitting next to you and we can talk.
We'll bribe you with some whiskey.
Yeah, we can have a whiskey cast.
There we go. Yeah.
So, cool. Well, alrighty. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call that time. It's actually 8 o'clock on the dot. You're what, a couple hours ahead, I think. So I don't want it to be too late of a night for you.
It's fine. I want to say thank you for having me, and I'm proud of you. Keep this up, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to work on it, and like I said, I want people to have a voice, and especially people like you. You're very self-made, which is a tremendous thing to accomplish, especially at 30 years old. So yeah, props to you for doing that. Good luck to you and everything, and you and your boyfriend, your businesses, your kids, life. And it was really good to catch up with you too. And yeah, so anyway, thank you again, Ashley. Everybody give her great thanks. I'm going to call that time for tonight, episode 5. Wow, this has been crazy. We're going to keep them rolling. Like I said, it's going to be a crazy weekend. I got Wes on. Actually, he canceled, but we're going to have a special one tomorrow night, Friday night cast. Saturday is going to be Oscar. Sunday is going to be my stepdad and my mom talking about kind of a similar subject with businesses and COVID and everything. It's going to be crazy. So anyway, thanks again, Ashley. Check out the link again in the description. Muddy Girl Detailing. That's her business. She can detail your car, your truck, your Tesla truck, whatever, she'll detail it.
I can, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks again, Ashley. I appreciate it. Stick around after we're done here. I'll catch up with you, and I appreciate everybody coming by. Thank you. Stay motivated, right? Let's just keep up that positivity, keep things going.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, all right, everybody. Have a fantastic evening.
Thanks. We did it.
We did it.